What does Islam teach about polygamy?
So first of all, Islam didn't raise the number up to 4. So before Islam, people used to marry abundantly and there was no limit. So Islam actually put a limit that the maximum you can marry at once, a man can have 4 wives at once.
So polygamy and Islam, most people might assume that Islam invented polygamy.
Yeah.
No, it didn't invent polygamy. Actually, there was many religions and cultures that practiced polygamy even before the advent of Islam.
Before Islam, the way women used to get treated and men used to have plenty of wives and they wouldn't even take care of them, Islam limited the number, and not only limited it, Islam gave a proper duty to the man that he can only marry if he carries out his duties correctly.
It's not a commandment, it's a limit that only if you can do justice and you are able to marry 4 wives.
And treat them all fairly and equally and give them their due rights.
Just like you said, I think Hazrat Solomon or Suleiman actually had abundance of wives. Hazrat Ibrahim had more than 1 wife. We have a lot of cases in the past.
You have to give true justice and treat all your wives equally. It's not as simple as you marry them and leave them. Then they're your wives, you're responsible for them and they are responsible for you. And that's what true partnership is.
If you actually look at the past history, when World War I happened or when World War II happened, when men went out to war and millions of men were actually killed in battle. When this happened, there was a disbalance in the ratio between men and women.
Exactly.
I would mention the Paraguayan-Brazilian war, which took place, where more than 75% of the male population during that war was wiped out, leaving how many people? Just 1/4 of the male population left behind. This was a demand. There were not enough men. There were too many women. Of course, there had to be men who would marry more than 1 woman.
To save that disbalance in number, it's necessary for a man to marry more than once.
Biologically speaking, which makes more sense, is that a man actually can have 4 women and they can have 4 pregnancies at the same time, but a woman cannot actually have 4 men and have 4 pregnancies at the same time.
So people say if men can marry 4 times, why can't women marry 4 times?
All right.
One of the simple answers to that is, if a woman does get married 4 times, who would know who the father is?
Okay.
People then argue, okay, it's all well and good. We live in a time where the DNA test is available. We can have that facility and we can use that. But again, the answer is fine. Some people do live in first world countries where that's possible. But Islam is a religion for the whole world, is a religion for everyone. And those facilities are not there